a childcare business for under $15,000. If you Alright guys, so now I want to talk about the license and the regulations in starting that childcare program under that $15,000. So the first thing you really want to do is just familiarize yourself with the actual startup process. I think the more that you know and understand what it takes to start a childcare program, as far as like what are the necessary licenses or the permits, you may really look up and be like, dang, the only way for me to start this is in my home. That was us. My mom started the childcare program when I was 3 years old, right in the basement, and she was an in-home family-based childcare provider for 8 years before she branched out and got the first main location. Okay, so really understanding your permits, your licenses, what it's gonna cost, that is what will keep your licenses and your regulations under the number. Because you can be like, hey, I want to start a childcare program, and then you realize that in order for me to be a director, I gotta hire a director because I don't have a degree or something that's required in the permits and licenses for me to be my own director and operator. So then I gotta hire out. That right there is gonna cost you way past your 15. So you really want to look at what does it cost, what is the necessary licensing regulations, what classes is necessary, how much is the application cost. This is all research. And you may think like, oh, that sounds like it's too much. If that's too much, then you definitely shouldn't be starting a childcare program, because starting a childcare program requires patience, it requires research, it requires your due diligence on sitting down and looking at all the things that it actually takes. And that is why it's so important to hire someone, hire some help. They don't got to be your long-term everyday help. Most people, when they bring me on as a consultant, they may have me on for 3 months, 4 months, just to get that head start, just to get the baseline understanding, just to get like the wheels going, and then they kind of feel more confident to finish up their process. So really figure out what is going to be, how you can navigate the licensing costs. Super inexpensive, and the only way to do that is look at what's required, and then based off those requirements, figure out how much it's going to cost you. And if you actually need just like a budget or a spreadsheet, be sure to check out on our website at www.educatedminds.com. We offer a childcare startup budget. And in that budget, it's all the formulas, it's all the information, it's everything that you can even consider for your startup costs for a whole year. And it calculates all the details and all the formulas for you to save you time and obviously money. Okay, so look at some of your licensing and regulations and what is that cost on your startup, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself to, and if this location and this idea can fit into that under $15,000 bracket. All right, another way on how we started a business, $15,000 and under, is going to be the materials. Let's talk about this, okay? So I come from this space of where, this is like back in the day. I'm definitely about to age myself, but I come from the space where like it's nothing for a heartbeat for me to go to a flea market. Like my mom definitely taught me that. It don't matter where we was. She would pull over and she'd be like, Dad, you saw that swing set? Dad, you saw that crib? Dad, you saw those packing plays? Okay, so look at what's required. People always think like, oh, you gotta have all of these toys, all of these cribs. I see people sometimes that they want to have an infant room. They done bought 12 infant cribs. You might not even have 12 infants in that space for the first year. Debt, right? Unnecessary expenses, unnecessary furniture and equipment. Even when it was time for me to buy my commercial refrigerator, I couldn't afford to go to Lowe's or Home Depot at the time and get a brand new NSF commercial refrigerator. Where was I? At the scratch and debt. Where was I? Looking on Facebook Marketplace, okay? So there's plenty of ways that you can start your business without having the best of the best or the state of the art. Doesn't mean that that equipment, materials, and supplies is gonna be your starter and your beginning. If you've seen our buildings, and I'll try to pop a photo somewhere in this video, but if you see the way our buildings looked before 2020, I'm gonna say 2021, you would be like, dang, y'all really, you know, like every year gets better. Every year you might get some floors, you might get some paint, you might get some TVs, you might get a refrigerator. Like every year you invest in your business over a period of time. This video is for you to get your doors open. Okay, it's for you to get your doors open and get started and start making some revenue back on your actual initial investment. All right, another great way on how to start your business under $15,000. Now I'm gonna get into some other things you wanna talk about here. So one of the things that I always tell people is that it's great to have your own cash. So maybe you're one of those people that got $15,000 saved in your bank account. Maybe this is your, you know, retirement plan and you've had a 9 to 5 for the past 10 years and you got money in your 401k. That's good and all, but you don't want to use your cash flow. Like, you want to limit using your cash as much as you can, because let me tell you something, one day, someday, when you're actually open and operating, you're going to have to tap into your own money to keep things going and flowing while your business is building, okay? So in your startup space, I always encourage people to utilize your lines of credit, utilize your credit cards. If you are one of those people and you got an Express, Victoria's Secret, like you got all these credit cards that doesn't bring no value to your business, I highly encourage you to start getting cards that will be able to be used in your business. So get a Lowe's credit card, get a Home Depot credit card, get an Amazon credit card, get an IKEA credit card, because you know that those credit cards are going to help you put the furniture in your business without using your cash flow from your hard-earned saved money. Now I want to get into startup, okay? When you're thinking about startup, what are some things you need to start your business? So obviously you're going to need some signage. So I didn't have all the signage, okay? I had an awning. Okay, when I got the windows done, I didn't get the windows tinted and covered and all the great beautiful things and all that signage. Nah, I got somebody to paint. Okay, when it came to the walls and the paint job in the facility, I didn't go OD with all of the paint. Like, I want this wall red, this wall orange. Nope, we kept it super simple. The whole thing is white, only the base is one color. Why? Because 5 gallons of paint, if you got 5 gallons, those 5 gallons, they cost a lot of money and they equal up. And then you got to pay the contractor and the painter and all those other things. So I was trying to keep my startup costs super, super low. Walking into the facility, if I saw the floors and I thought like, dang, the floors aren't the best. They're not the best. I'm not in love with them, but I can deal with them. Instead of getting all brand new floors, nope. I just got 3 nice, great, because we only had, it was a straight run. And that time it was, the capacity was for 17 children. So I knew I needed to separate it, like basically 2 large classrooms. I didn't put up no walls. I just had furniture that separated those classrooms. And I got 2 large circle time carpets to cover the half of the floors, so you couldn't really see the floors all the way. So there's a way to wiggle and waver around, especially when you're walking into something, okay? So look at your construction and look at your design and figure out what do I need and what do I want. And when you look at what you need, I'm going off of the state requirements. The state didn't say I needed to have beautiful, nice vinyl floors. Nah, the state said I needed to have floors that were doable, that were not chipped, and that were feasible for children to play on. Okay, so go with what your bare minimum requirement is, because over time, as your business is growing and flowing, and as you're not getting into too much debt in your startup costs, make sure you check out my other video that I have about that. I'll tag it down here somewhere, that you're trying to limit your startup costs because you really need the operation money for when you're not making money initially when your business first opens. All right, guys, and the last one I want to talk about is going to be your marketing and enrollment. Why? Because we got to do some level of marketing and some level of enrollment, obviously under that 15. So when you're starting any business, you definitely have to familiarize yourself. What are some shared, okay, low-cost marketing strategies? I'm going to probably make a whole video all separately about this. But what are some shared low marketing strategies to attract some of your clients? Obviously, it's going to be word of mouth. I'm telling y'all, it will cost me super, super inexpensive. I would print like 500 flyers, okay? You would see me at every last Walmart. When schools opened up, I was passing out flyers. I would go to the pizza shop. I would ask, can I leave flyers in there? I would go to the corner Chinese store, post my enrollments there. Like, I was out in community outreach. That is a super, super inexpensive, low-cost way for you to get your business out there. Another way is going to be social media. Marketing on social media consistently. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to open my business up and I'm about to be ready to be open. I'm turning my licensing application and it's October and you just starting to market in October. Nah. Bring your clientele, bring your potential customers, bring some of your potential families, bring them along the journey. You should have been started those social media profiles 4 months ago. Bring them along that process. Show them the construction. So show them you starting up, because people fall in love with the space of your journey, right? So make sure that you're bringing them along that journey. Make sure that you're marketing consistently on your social media, and make sure that you're definitely doing a lot of community outreach. Make sure that you are networking, okay? Every time I walked into the Walmart, like 4 days ago getting something for our preschool graduation, and I had on my preschool shirt, and obviously I was able to get 2 new enrollments directly from that advertisement because they saw I had my logo right there. So market yourself. It doesn't always have to cost a buku amount of money or a lot of bread, but you got to be consistent in your marketing in that space, and definitely make sure in your space that you cannot start having a location and or a business without having at least even a basic level of a sign. How they gonna know that you're actually there if you don't even got no kind of sign outside of your business? So figure out some low marketing costs as you are starting your business up. Okay?